Welcome to POMpod, the Peace of Mind podcast, brought to you by Gasper Law in Texas. I'm Travis Gasper, and each week we share clear, practical guidance to help you protect the people you love and create more peace of mind in your everyday life. Today's episode is for parents, caregivers, and anyone who loves a child deeply, because we're talking about guardianship planning. And before we go any further, I want to say this up front. This conversation is not about expecting the worst. It's about creating clarity, reducing uncertainty, and making sure your child would be surrounded by the right people if life took an unexpected turn. Most parents don't avoid guardianship planning because they don't care. They avoid it because it feels emotional, complicated, or overwhelming. So my goal today is simple: to walk you through guardianship planning in a way that feels calm, supportive, and doable, and to give you a framework you can actually use. Let's get into it. Let's start with what guardianship planning really means. Guardianship planning is the process of legally naming who you would want to care for your minor children if you were no longer able to do so, whether due to death or incapacity. This isn't about predicting the future. It's about giving guidance to the people and systems who otherwise would have to guess. Without written guidance from parents, a judge may end up deciding who raises your child based on limited information and default rules, not your values or relationships. When you name a guardian, you're saying, I can't control everything, but I can make my intentions clear. And this is who I trust to step in. One of the most common things I hear is, wouldn't the court just place my kids with family? Maybe, but which family member? And based on what information? Courts don't automatically know who your child is closest to, who shares your parenting values, or who is emotionally and practically able to take this on. Your guardianship designation helps the court understand your intent. It doesn't remove every possible complication, but it gives your family a strong voice and reduces uncertainty. This topic can be especially important for LGBTQ+ families. Even today, biology and default assumptions don't always align with how families actually live and love. For families where one parent is biologically related, parents rely on assisted reproduction, or chosen family plays a central role, legal documentation matters more, not less. Guardianship planning helps ensure your intentions are clear, your family structure is respected, and your child remains with people who truly know and love them. This is the part that often feels hardest. How do I actually choose someone? Here's the reframe I want you to hold on to. You're not choosing the perfect person. You're choosing the best available option based on your values and your child's needs. Here are some questions to consider. Who does my child feel safe with? Who shares our general values around care, education, stability, and routines? Who has the emotional capacity to take this on? Who would respect my child's identity and relationships? Who would support the kind of upbringing we want for our child? And here's an important reminder. You can name backup guardians because life changes, relationships evolve, people move, health shifts. A thoughtful plan includes a first choice and one or two backups, so you're not relying on a single perfect scenario. Another misconception is that the guardian has to do everything, including managing money. That's not always the best plan. You can separate who raises your child and who manages money for your child's benefit. This can be especially helpful when someone is a wonderful caregiver but not great with finances. Or you want additional accountability for how funds are used for your child. The goal is to design a plan that actually works in real life, not a plan that looks good on paper, but creates stress later. Let's talk about the emotional part for a moment. Choosing a guardian can bring up a lot of feelings: guilt, fear, pressure, and sometimes worry about hurting someone's feelings. That's normal. But guardianship planning isn't about ranking people, judging relationships, or predicting outcomes. It's about reducing uncertainty during an already difficult time. One thing I often tell parents is this: not making a decision is still a decision. It just leaves others to make it for you. And those others will be making that decision in the middle of crisis, grief, or uncertainty, without your voice guiding the process. Creating clarity now is an act of love. Your guardianship plan isn't set in stone. You should revisit it when your child gets older, relationships change, someone moves, health or capacity shifts, or your values and circumstances evolve. Estate planning isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing conversation, and it's okay to update your plan as your life changes. If you've been putting this off because it feels overwhelming, you're not behind. This is one of those conversations that's hard, but incredibly loving. Guardianship planning is a gift to your children. It gives them continuity, care, and clarity, and it gives the people around them a roadmap instead of confusion. If today's episode helped, consider sharing it with a partner or someone who would be part of this conversation. You don't have to do this alone. Thanks for spending this time with me today. If you want more guidance like this, you can follow POMpod, the Peace of Mind podcast, wherever you listen. And if you're ready for support creating a plan that fits your family, we're here. You can learn more at gasperplan.com. Until next time, take care of yourself and take care of the people you love.